Welcome back. Welcome back to Young Trip Reactions. Insane. Absolutely insane. Such a damn shame.
You're watching Young Trip Reactions, the show where rapper Young Trip reacts to the latest videos on crime, drama, news, and so much more. Get ready, because the show's about to start. Let's go.
Bottoms up.
Peace. Welcome back to Young Trip Reactions. The video that we're about to get into is why do we thank our service military? Let's get into it.
Can someone explain to me why there are still people who say thank you for your service to veterans? Like, to me, it seems so 2000s, 2010s to me. Like, I did not realize there were people who were still so invested in thanking the troops in, like, 2026. I mean, we don't do it for any other profession, and many professions are very important for our daily lives. Our teachers, our nurses, people who work at daycare centers, all these are people who have a direct impact on my life or the lives of the people around me in a positive way. But I wonder what people are thanking veterans for specifically, and it seems to suggest that people think of veterans as somehow above these other professions. The other day I heard someone say thank you for your service, and they had so much love in their voice. Truly, like, it was not just a quick thing. They really wanted to make a point of saying thank you for your service. Like, this person obviously really meant it. Like, I wonder, is it a cultural thing where people see themselves as being part of military culture, so they want to show people who are veterans that, oh, I'm one of you, like, I'm in your in-group? Like, it just feels like there are some Americans who have their identities so wrapped up with the military. And I'm always really interested in situations where people don't have an obvious logical reason to like something or support something, but they are super invested in it anyway. They're super passionate about it because it reflects there is something going on beneath the surface, but it doesn't really have to do with the facts of the situation. It has something to do with their sense of identity, their emotions, their sense of community. So I just wanted to get your takes on.
They are risking their lives to make sure that we can do what the United States offers us to do, to be able to do what it is that we want to do, as long as we are following the laws of the United States of America. If they don't serve, then anybody can just walk into the United States of America and then take over, and then you can't do the things that you want to do. I don't understand why she's asking this. I really don't understand why she's asking this. And the whole thing about thanking them is because they risk their lives to make sure that we can do what we want to do. They risk their lives, right? Any country could come over right now and try to march in and try to take over, and they're going to fight and possibly lose their lives or end up losing their lives trying to make sure that we can do what we want to do and what the United States offers us to be able to do. This is like one of the most dumbest questions that a person could ask. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be mean. It really is one of the most dumbest questions that you could ever ask. They do it so we can do what we want to do. Let's continue.
All right, so this is my take on it. Just because, first of all, you don't understand why somebody is thanking somebody for their service doesn't invalidate the fact that they need to be thanked for their service. And we don't care about the fact that you value teachers or you value this person or you value that person, because you're not running around and saying thank you for being a great teacher or any of that type of stuff. And if you are, that would be awesome, but you're not. And you're using.
How do you, Anton? First of all, let me stop him there. You don't know what she doing. You're assuming. I know what you're assuming. I'm not gonna get into all that. I've done that in enough videos. Um, but don't assume that you know what she doing, because I'm gonna call you out too, just like you do everybody else. Let's continue.
That as an excuse that you value teachers or you value this person or you value that person, because you're not running around and saying thank you for being a great teacher or any of that type of stuff. And if you are, that would be awesome, but you're not. And you're using that as an excuse to not thank veterans for their service. But there used to be a level of respect in this country, and this is why we have to make sure that we teach our history effectively, because these are people that sign up to put their lives on the line. Now, yes, they may get paid for their job the same way that a police officer gets paid for their job. And I was just having a conversation with police officers and thanking them for protecting us, Detroit police officers specifically. And I wanted them to understand that they are very much appreciated, even though it goes unheralded on a regular basis, because there is no guarantee that they're going to make it home at night. But anytime that somebody put their lives on the line for you, you tend to have a lot more respect for thanking them for their service. And if you look at the history of war and the fact that there are a lot of people that never make it home, or they are maimed, or they are killed, or they are completely, their mindset is completely warped because of all of the death and the dying, or being out at sea, or being in helicopters and being shot at, and the possibility that they can lose their life so that you can have the freedoms that you have. That is the reason why we thank veterans for their service, because our petrodollar, the value of it, is based off of how strong our military is. The fact that, they ensure that no threat, foreign or domestic, is going to be at our shores, and that you can go out and you can live your life and have the freedoms that you have on a daily basis, is the reason why we thank them for their services.
And this is already the things that I was already talking about at the beginning, which made me say, like, is she crazy? Is she insane? The things that you can just walk out your house and you don't got to think about, is somebody gonna try to snatch me up and take me to another country, or come and hurt me in my country, or try to take something from me, or anything like that. I kind of already brought all this up. This is why you thank them. Anton got to go all the way left and talk about the police and all that. I'm not going to get into all that. Um, Again, he's trying to make things political. But this lady is something else. Let's continue.
Because, and that you can go out and you can live your life and have the freedoms that you have on a daily basis, is the reason why we thank them for their service. It's because, we don't even know most of the things that they have to do behind the scenes to ensure some of even the most egregious things that they have to do to make sure that we have the freedoms to do the things that we want to do. And have this conversation every single day is the reason why we thank them for their service. And I'm amazed that people have become so disrespectful and nonchalant towards the ones that actually put themselves on the line. People have become so anti-American to where we don't even have pride in our military anymore. Well, a lot of us don't. And I'm just, I'm amazed. I'm brokenhearted, to be honest with you, because when we've gotten to the point, and I just can't believe I even seen this inside of my email, when we've gotten to the point to where people are actually against military service members, but would never, ever, in any way, shape, or form, have the courage to put their lives on the line. So the very thing, the least that you can do is just say, hey, thank you. You know what? I really do appreciate you. That's why the word of God says get understanding in everything that you do, because if you don't understand it, you'll never get it. And because you don't get it, you then start to question why people are even participating. Like, they saying, thank you for your service is so 90s and 2000s. What? This isn't a fashion style. This isn't this isn't something random and rare. This is something that is very meaningful and to very much be acknowledged for how much you contribute, and that the fact that you're willing to take a bullet for me should be appreciated. And so I don't get what this mentality is, but these people have completely lost their mind, in my opinion, and I think it's weird.
Takes on.
Yeah, and the whole thing about like its whole 90s and 2000s, um, no, you still think you're military, and we have Veterans Day. You enjoy that day off on Veterans Day, don't you? I bet you enjoy that day and getting paid time off, uh, or you go in on your job if you are a person that has to work and you get, um, you know, uh, time and a half. I bet you enjoy all that, right? It's so funny that people say things, but I bet you enjoy that perk of getting time and a half if you got to go to work. Crazy. Let's continue.
Why people are
Appreciated. And so I don't get what this mentality is, but these people have completely lost their mind, in my opinion, and I think it's weird.
takes on why people are doing this and why they care so much about it.
I'll save you the trauma dump, but you need to know that the people in the military are largely violent, abusive, white supremacist, sociopathic people. I say that from experience as somebody who grew up in a military household and
Did you know public school
Advertisement.
starts like this, which leads to this, and crescendos into this?
experienced various kinds of abuse from various people in the largely violent, abusive, white supremacist, sociopathic people. I say that from experience as somebody who grew up in a military household and experienced various kinds of abuse from various people in the military, and it was covered up and the abusers were protected, right?
Okay, everybody who joins the military is not abusive, or end up doing something crazy. Yes, there's a lot of times that they do, but that is not everybody. There are people who seek help if they are going through things after being in the military. There are some people who can just bounce back and they don't need anything done. They know how to just go seek therapy or get a stress ball or do whatever they need to do. But yes, there are a lot of people that are insane and lose their minds and do something crazy. For people who've seen my video of the Susanna Morales girl on the first 48 episode I did, where the police officer who was in the military and he lost his mind and kidnapped the girl that was visiting a friend at the apartment complex that he did security at when he wasn't, being a police officer. He did security at the place where he lived at, and he kidnapped the girl, unalived the girl, put her in the woods, and all that. Oh my goodness, that's a very touchy first 48 episode for me. But so I mean, everybody isn't like that, but obviously he lost his mind as a after serving in the military and then becoming a police officer, and then did the crazy thing that he did to the Susanna Morales girl. But that's not everybody. This lady is trying to make it sound like almost everybody is crazy that's in the military, and or that they become crazy and they don't seek help. There's a lot of people who seek help and become everyday people again, and maybe they have to go through serious therapy, even in care therapy, out care therapy, all types of different things that they may have to do. Just because somebody is in the military and then they come home or whatever, and it doesn't mean that they're gonna just instantly be crazy. Or did your parents, did your father, with him serving in the military, was he just running a strict household and you didn't like it, or was he really being abusive? And see, that's the thing about people. They'll get on and tell their side of the story, and then you can't get the other person's side to understand what may have happened from their perspective. So then you can get both perspectives and then come up with a decision. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Drip family. Let's continue.
I'm well aware of Catholic people. I say that from experience as somebody who grew up in a military household and experienced various kinds of abuse from various people in the military, and it was covered up and the abusers were protected, right? Like I'm well aware they protect each other and they sleep just fine at night. So if the military gets called to action, they are not going to be protecting the people.
Listen. It's very rich of people to generalize the entire military by saying that they are not going to, they protect this entire country. The systems that we have in place, the schools, you being able to walk up and down the street, our infrastructure. The whole reason why we exist is because people are willing to make the sacrifice to do the things that you would never, ever do, right? And so for her to disrespect, it also disrespects all of the people that died in a line of service. And so they'll generalize it and think that they have some kind of validation by saying, and I'm family with military. So are most of us are. Most of us have somebody at some point, friends, family, both, all of that, that at some point served in the military. And so now you have these liberal, white, and Asian women and different people.
It's not about, obviously, he had to go there, trying to make it. Of course, I have to go there. Of course, because of him. There are also Republicans, conservatives, whatever you want to call them, Anton, that also talk crazy like this and say the craziest things as well too. So don't just try to, like I even seen in your title, trying to make it political, of course, trying to make it sound like it's only somebody who supports a Democrat, or that it's only Democrats. There are Republicans who do the same thing and say all the same crazy stuff. So I just wanted to stop to say that. It has nothing to do about political. This is just people saying what they're saying. You don't know how they vote. Be quiet. Jesus.
That are willing to base all of that at some point served in the military. And so now you have these liberal, white, and Asian women and different people that are willing to basically villainize our military and service members and act like they don't have true value and they need all of the support that they can get because they're the ones that's putting their lives on the line every single day. And so you may know some people that did some egregious things, or you may know some people that may be abusive. That's not the sentiment that you're supposed to have for every single military service person.
Not be protecting the people. We need to be protecting each other. You need to be relying on your community. You need to be relying on other people. The military is not coming to save us.
Getting out of the military has been just realizing that nobody actually gives a flying fuck about anything you did. No one cares. They're going to thank you for your service when you're in uniform, and they're going to talk about how awesome it is that you served. But the moment you get out of uniform, you grow your hair out, you've got a beard, they don't care. They don't even want to hear about it because they can't relate, right? And I think that's something that a lot of veterans struggle with because they want to talk about what they went through. They want to talk about these things, but the people that they talk to about them just seem so disinterested and they don't care. And I think that's why a lot of veterans tend to self-isolate or only hang out with other veterans because they talk about military shit with them. It makes sense. It's comforting. It's something they know. So if you've got a veteran in your life, I promise you, if you just take the time to ask them about their service, it'll make their day. I promise you.
Yeah, I do. I do take the time to show love and acknowledgement towards people that, definitely make my life easier. I do not take it for granted. I was taught at a very, very, very early age that we always show love and appreciation towards our military members. And anytime I can even have a conversation, and it don't have to be about anything military related. It could be about just life in general. And when I find out about people, I always want to know. I genuinely ask them, hey, what are your thoughts about this and all of that type of stuff? Because I see value in them. And they are people, and life is precious and life is short. And so the things that even if you've never been in combat, it doesn't matter. You put your life on the line, you signed up for it. Even if you signed up for the benefits and didn't know that your life would be put in danger, I still show love and appreciation, and I want to acknowledge you. And I just think that we need to get back to the core of who we are and showing love to military members, veteran service members. I'm always going to give them the benefit of the doubt. because I love this country. I love what the people that have made the sacrifice has afforded me to do in this country. And I think that we've lost our way. I think we've lost our way so much so to where people don't even understand anymore why we say thank you for your service. They don't even know. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. And for all of the veterans of the military service people, thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank all the military. It's absolutely insane that people ask, why do we thank our military? Everything that you can do when you go outside is because of them. As a person who always wanted to be a homicide detective and be a police officer and do this type of work or go be in the military, it is absolutely insane for people to ask, why do we thank people who serve in the military? It is absolutely insane. And again, it's all people on all sides of the aisle. It's not just Democrats, Anton. It's Republicans too. It's all people. It's just people in general. Absolutely insane for somebody to ask that question. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Also, make sure you come follow me on my professional FB and my professional Instagram as well too. Let me know if you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights involving you, a friend, or a relative, or a family member. Let me know about if there's a civil rights attorney involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know if your relative or friend or whatever is still here, you know, that the police didn't like unalive them or anything like that. If they did, then you as a relative can come on and speak for them, or give me the information and I can speak for them. If they are still here and if they want to come on to the channel or whatnot, they can come on and give their side of this, you know, the story. And I can also pull public information and then also, you know, put it out there. Or you can give me all the information, or they can give me all the information that they want me to put out there for them. And I can pull the public information and then get their story out there. And also let me know about the activists that are involved so I can join them within your local area to help fight for justice about the situation that is going on regarding you, your family, or your friend. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. And shout out to our military. Thank y'all for y'all service. For people in general, regardless of how they vote, that think that we should not thank our military, you are crazy, because the things that you are allowed to do is because of the military. If we did not have the military, if you went outside right now, anything could happen to you. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.